Yesterday we spoke about some grass. Today we're back inside of Diablo Immortal talking about the 3 elements of game that we are going to be anticipating in the next testing phase of Diablo Immortal or upon its release. These testing phases include the following. Whenever we do get the game back, we are going to be getting the new characters. We have 3 new mission phases, modes to go through, and we have PvP elements of the game. 3 different things. Which one of these am I the most excited about? I think all of you guys can say that you already know what I'm the most excited about. It's what I've always been talking about. It's what I consistently go on and on about. And that is the PvP. You know why though? Because it's the most unknown. When we talk about the 3 different zones, the 3 new zones coming to the game, we know we got to level 45 when we got to Billifin. We're going to have level 50, level 55, and eventually level 60, which are going to be 3 new zones inside of Diablo Immortal. I don't know what the zones are going to be. I don't know what they're going to look like, but I do know what zones are like inside of Diablo Immortal. I know what to expect because I've seen, a bunch of other zones. I've seen zone 0 through zone 45. Although they're not numbered in that way, you know what I'm trying to get at. Now, when we talk about different character classes, we haven't seen the Crusader, we haven't seen the Necromancer, but I have seen all of the other character classes. I know how the skill system works, I know how the gear system works, I know how the gem system works, and I know how characters generally work inside of the game. Have I had any experience whatsoever with the Crusader or the Necro? No, 0 actually, but I've had experiences with character classes. So, the one thing that I have very little, if any at all, experience with is the PvP system inside Diablo Immortal. At this point in time, I don't know if they plan on having a matchmaking system, if it's going to be a war-like system in a guild versus guild. Now, they did mention that you're going to be able to have a war mechanic with other guilds, which is cool, but I don't know how any of it's going to look. I don't know how you're going to match up against other guilds. I don't know if it's going to be a casual friendly matchup or if there's actually going to be a built-in system inside of the game that puts together those matches and then you can kind of go from there. Honestly, I've experienced 0 PvP because the 2 times in Billifin that I went to go to a PvP event when I was playing it on normal, there were no opponents. Because everyone else was at that point playing on hardcore, I was still rocking new characters along the way on the normal mode, normal difficulty. So I never actually battled against anyone else. I got to the zones where the battles were supposed to happen, but it was there me alone, and I just got some free legendaries, which was great in its own right, but I really did want to experience what the PvP system was going to feel like. By the way, speaking of, I got to give credit right here. We're watching some wizard footage that Nemo sent to me for a video of the past, and I figured we'd use some high-end wizard stuff here today because I don't often feature the wizard because I didn't max out my wizard. It's the one character class that I didn't get to max level. We got close, but we didn't finish it up. So now you're getting to watch Nemo do his thing with his favorite character class. By the way, if you guys don't remember, we do a podcast every other week called the Immortal Podcast on Sundays here and over on Twitch. You guys ever want to check in, ask questions? That's what the podcast is all about. Come on through. You can get more info in the Discord server as well. Link down below and as the pinned comment. So what do you guys want to see? What are you more excited about? Now, I don't want you to get me wrong here because in no way am I not excited about the 3 total, all of the different things coming to the game. Because I 100% and totally am. I can't wait to get my hand on the Crusader and the Necromancer. Now, in the past, I've said to you guys that I'm going to be a Necro. I'm going to want to play this Necromancer. But after my Barbarian experience, don't tell anyone. It's just you and me here right now. No one's listening. I'm really excited about the Crusader. Why? Because it's more of a get up in there type character than the Necromancer is going to be. That's my assumption, right? I know these all depend on how you build out your characters, but I'm excited for the Crusader. I'm also excited about the Necromancer, but I think I'm a little bit more excited about the Crusader just because of the mechanics of that character class historically. I don't know how it's going to actually function inside Diablo Immortal because, again, none of us have seen it, played it, or anything. Only the developers themselves. When you sometimes wish you were a fly on the wall inside of Blizzard. Although, No one's even working there. They're all still working from home. You get what I mean. And then on top of that, the new zones, like all of the zones are fun in their own right. They all have randomly spawning dungeons, which is totally awesome, different enemies, and all of them have corners that can be searched, right? I didn't spend enough time in the open world just searching nooks and crannies, trying to find little Easter eggs here and there. And next time around, when the next alpha comes through or next beta comes through, I'm going to spend a little bit more time just randomly walking around and trying to find things when there's no missions in that direction. So that's what my excitement is. But I mean, we've spoken about this before too. I don't think that PvP is going to be what we see in the next round of testing. I think it's going to be the deepest and the most difficult thing for Blizzard to bring to the game. So it's most likely, look at that, 73 kills, crushing massacre. I think it's going to be the last thing that we see. Like I said before, I anticipate we see all 3 zones next, or a couple of zones, but I would also like to see 1 character class. I feel like they could do that. I mean, they could roll this out in a few ways. They could bring us to 3 zones in 1. They could bring us the two new characters in 1. They could do PvP in 1, or they can kind of do a mixture. And at the end of the day, I think they're going to be offering us in the next testing round what's ready, right? What they have that's ready to test. If that happens to be, you know, 1, 2, 3 stages, that's what it's going to be. If it's 1, 2, 3 stages and a character or 2, that's what it's going to be. I think they're going to be waiting until they're ready to get the information that they need, because remember, these beta and alpha tests are not just to make the community happy that they could play the game. This is not a time where Blizzard just puts it out there and says, enjoy, here's a gift, while you're waiting for the game to actually come out. No, this is them testing the game. They want to get feedback from people that are in these alphas and betas. They want to try and break the system to see what's wrong with the game, so when it actually ships and goes global, that it's actually functioning properly and there are no bugs, or very limited amount of bugs. Now, of course, every game has its bugs. Although in Diablo Immortal, I think out of everyone that played, I heard of 1 person say that they saw a bug, which is pretty insane when you're talking about a technical alpha, which is like phase 1 of alpha. I guess phase 2. Phase 1 would be an internal alpha. So they're in pretty good standing so far, but with bringing new systems, bringing PvP, that could mess stuff up. That's all new coding, all different stuff. And again, that's what I'm the most excited about. Not that I'm not excited about the other things, because I totally am. It's just because it's the unknown. I love PvP. I've kind of been an advocate for PvP inside of action RPGs for a long time. And well, it's kind of what is just, if I had to choose one that I could play today, that's what it would be. Just so it can kind of satisfy my curiosity, so I could finally see how that PvP system is going to be built. I'm putting you on the spot right now, guys. You have to choose one PvP mode, player versus player, which does not mean you against the computer. It means you against other people. You must choose one. Will you choose A, Battle Royale, B, Team Deathmatch, or C, some type of a war mechanic, guild versus guild? If you could only choose one of them, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comment section below. I can't wait to see what you guys vote on. It's an unofficial poll. Maybe I should make it an official poll in the community tab. Not a bad idea. I should start using that thing more. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I am still waiting on more of your community questions for my AMA, my Ask Me Anything video. Remember, all you have to do to submit those is to talk into your phone, just like this, talking into my phone, and submit that voice note to me via a direct message or by tagging me over on Discord, and I will play and answer your question on an upcoming video. You guys could be heard, both in the Immortal podcast and in these AMA videos. It's cool. I know it's cool. You know it's cool. So get yourself in a video. I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow with another Diablo Immortal video. Until then, be good.